When the world is asleep, a silent door opens, and the person who rises at 4 in the morning steps into a realm where destiny begins to move. You may think that waking early is merely a habit, but it is a spiritual appointment with your future. Florence Scovel Shinn always said that the universe responds to the quiet voice of faith, and that quiet voice is found in the early hours when the mind is still fresh and the heart is unburdened. At 4, the mind is not cluttered with the noise of the day, and the soul is not weighed down by yesterday's mistakes. This is the moment when the invisible begins to speak, when intuition becomes louder than doubt, and when your spirit feels the pulse of a greater plan. Many people wake up at 4 and see nothing but darkness, yet the awakened person sees a canvas of possibilities. They understand that success is not an accident, it is a spiritual practice. It is not about working harder than others, it is about aligning yourself with the timing of the universe. At 4, the world is still, and that stillness is a form of prayer. You do not need to shout your desires into the void, you simply need to speak them quietly with certainty. The mind at this hour is like a blank page, and the words you write in it become the script of your destiny. When you wake early, you are not just gaining time, you are gaining power. You are stepping into a frequency where your thoughts have more weight and your intentions become clearer. This is why the people who achieve greatness often share one secret. They rise before the sun. They do not wait for motivation, they create it. They do not wait for inspiration, they invite it. The moment you wake at 4, you are declaring to the universe that you are ready for more. You are saying, I am not satisfied with ordinary, I am not willing to be average. And the universe always answers a bold declaration with a bold response. You must understand that success is not only about skill, but about timing. Skill without timing is like a sword without a hand. Timing without skill is like a key without a lock. But when you combine both, you open doors that were once closed, and the early morning is where timing is born. It is where your mind learns to operate before the day's chaos begins. It is where you can plan, visualize, and align your energy with your goals. The law of attraction works best in the morning because your vibration is clean. Your thoughts are not polluted by fear, stress, or the opinions of others. You are pure, and purity attracts abundance. If you truly desire to change your life, then start with your morning. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Because the first step to a new destiny is to change the way you begin your day. Wake at 4, and you will find that the universe has been waiting for you to show up. When you wake at 4, you step into a sacred space where the veil between your current life and your future life is thin. You are not just waking up. You are stepping into a spiritual threshold where the universe can hear you clearly. In the silence, your thoughts are like seeds, and the soil is fertile. If you plant fear, you will harvest struggle. If you plant faith, you will harvest abundance. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that words are spells, and your morning words become the script that your day follows. When the world is still, the mind is most receptive to the power of affirmations. A single thought, repeated in the quiet, can change the entire course of your life. The 4 a.m. system is not a routine, it is a ritual. It is a way of telling the universe that you are ready to be chosen. Most people spend their days chasing opportunities, but the truly wise create the opportunity within themselves before the day even begins. They do not wait for luck, they become the luck. This is why destiny favors those who are disciplined enough to rise early. Because rising early is not easy. It is a sacrifice of comfort for a greater reward. It is choosing the long-term victory over short-term pleasure. But the universe rewards sacrifice. It rewards those who are willing to pay the price to become who they are meant to be. At 4, your intuition is strong because your mind is not distracted by the noise of the world. Your inner voice is clearer, and your heart is more honest. This is the moment when your inspiration can flow freely, and your ideas can appear as if they were delivered from a higher source. When you listen to that voice, you will notice that the answers to your biggest questions come effortlessly. You will understand why some people get sudden breakthroughs while others remain stuck. The difference is not in intelligence or talent, it is in their willingness to meet the day before it begins. The early morning is where clarity is born. It is where you can see your path without the blur of doubt. It is where you can plan your actions with precision and purpose. You can map your goals, set your intentions, and speak your desires with conviction. This is the time when your mind can build the skill you need to win. Because skill is not developed in chaos, it is developed in focus. The world is full of distractions, but the morning is free from them. When you commit to waking at 4, you are telling yourself that you will not be ruled by the crowd. You will not be pulled by the opinions of others. You will not be controlled by fear. You will be the master of your day. And when you master your day, you master your destiny. Remember, the universe does not rush. It does not force. It only responds to your readiness. If you show up early, your readiness becomes visible. The doors that were once locked begin to open slowly, and you will feel the shift inside you. You will feel the rise of confidence, the growth of courage, and the expansion of your belief. You will start to realize that your life is not happening to you, it is happening for you. And the 4 a.m. awakening is the key that unlocks the door. Now, as you begin to understand the power of waking at 4, you must also recognize that the universe often tests those who are on the edge of greatness. Many people wake up early, read motivational quotes, and feel a temporary rush of energy, but the real test comes when the mind begins to resist. When the first days pass, the comfort of sleep becomes tempting again, and the old habits try to reclaim their place. This is where the secret of destiny is revealed, because the universe does not reward the ones who start, it rewards the ones who continue. Florence Scovel Shinn said that the law of prosperity is not about having a strong desire, it is about maintaining a strong belief even when the world seems to contradict it. The morning hours will become your battlefield, and the enemy is not outside, it is inside your own thoughts. When you feel the urge to return to your old life, that is the moment when the door to your new life is about to open. The universe often delays the breakthrough until you prove you are serious enough to keep going. This is the hidden meaning behind the early morning struggle. It is a test of your faith. It is a test of your commitment. It is a test of whether you are willing to sacrifice the temporary comfort for permanent success. And when you pass that test, the universe begins to shift. Your thoughts begin to align with opportunities you never imagined. You begin to attract people, ideas, and circumstances that support your growth. But the most powerful moment is not the first sunrise. It is the moment when you feel the pressure of doubt and still choose to rise. Because at that moment, you are no longer doing it for motivation, you are doing it for destiny. The suspense in your life is not the absence of progress, it is the quiet build-up of something enormous. It is the calm before the storm of your breakthrough. You may not see the result yet, but you will feel the change. You will feel the energy inside you rising, and you will begin to notice that your day starts to unfold differently. Doors begin to open in ways that seem impossible. People begin to speak to you at the exact moment you needed them. Opportunities arrive when you least expect them. And the reason is simple. You have become a person who is ready. The universe does not bring you blessings when you are still asleep. It brings them when you are awake and prepared. The 4 a.m. system is not just a method, it is a transformation. It transforms your identity. It transforms your thoughts. It transforms your level of faith. And once your faith is strong enough, your life becomes unstoppable. You will begin to understand that wealth is not only earned through hard work, but through alignment. Alignment with the right time, the right people, and the right purpose. When you are aligned, the universe supports you. It becomes your partner. It moves circumstances in your favor. It rearranges the puzzle pieces until your dream becomes reality. And the most important part is that you will realize you never needed to force anything. You only needed to show up early, believe deeply, and stay consistent. That is how destiny is made. As the days pass, you will notice that your mornings become the most powerful part of your life, and the rest of your day begins to follow the pattern you set at 4. The mind becomes disciplined, the spirit becomes strong, and your actions become intentional. When you wake early, you begin to build the skill of self-mastery, and that skill is the foundation of every successful life. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that your words and thoughts are the tools that shape your reality, and the morning is the time when those tools are sharpest. If you speak with faith at 4, you will find that your entire day responds to your confidence. You will notice that your work becomes easier, your decisions become clearer, and your heart becomes calmer. The early hours give you a spiritual edge because the world is still, and you can hear the voice of your higher self. It is in this silence that the universe speaks, and it is in this silence that your destiny is born. Do not underestimate the power of a single morning. A single morning can change the course of your entire year, and a single year can change the course of your entire life. You are not just building a routine, you are building a destiny. You are creating a life where wealth is not a dream, but a natural result of your inner alignment. You will begin to see that money is not a distant goal. It is a reflection of your inner value. When your thoughts are disciplined, your confidence grows, and your skills sharpen, the world naturally recognizes your worth. This is the law of attraction working through the law of action. You must act, but you must act from a place of faith. You must act with clarity and purpose. And you must act early, before the day distracts you. Because the most successful people do not wait for perfect conditions. They create perfect conditions within themselves. They choose to wake early, they choose to believe in their own potential, and they choose to keep going even when the world doubts them. You may face challenges, you may face setbacks, but the morning will always be your anchor. It will always remind you of who you are becoming. If you want to change your destiny, start with your morning. If you want wealth, start with your thoughts. If you want clarity, start with your silence. And if you want to awaken your true potential, start by rising at 4. The universe is ready to respond to you, but you must be ready to receive. So make the decision today, not tomorrow. Choose the discipline that leads to freedom. Choose the sacrifice that leads to abundance. Choose the early morning that leads to destiny. And remember, every great life begins with a single step. Take that step at 4 and watch how your world changes. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.